As it is written, the kingdom is within us. Come together and discuss the issues within the kingdom. Speak your peace. Speak the truth. For the kingdom is at hand. Kingdom Conversations.
Peace and blessings, peace and blessings, peace and blessings to the whole house, to the dispersed, to the people of the book. Put a one up if you believe that you a book person. I like to say book people. Say book people. That's got a nice ring to it. You look in the mirror and say, I'm related to Abraham, Isaac. I'm related to Mashiach. He's a blood descendant of mine. Solomon is a blood descendant of mine. All of these entities, these people that's in the book that the book talk about, those are your ancestors. And that's an awesome thing to say, because they say you don't have a culture. They say you don't have a heritage. They say you don't know nothing about you, except for since you got off the slave ship, that's all you got. The Father called him a liar, so do his book. So instead of saying to the northern and you notice I did say to the northern and the southern kingdom, because you're not no longer the northern and the southern kingdom. You are the kingdom of the Israelites. Now, when you look at yourself in the mirror tonight or tomorrow, when you wake up, look at yourself in the mirror and say, listen, I'm a blood carrying descendant that my ancestors was talking about. That's a member of the kingdom of the Israelites. And we're not talking about the fews. We're not talking about the 1948 people. We're not talking about them. No, we're talking about the people that's written of, that's spoken of. People of the book. I want to give all praise to the Father and say thank you, Father, for yet another day and another time to fellowship with your people that you surname, the same people that's crying out to you right now, the same people that's saying to the earth and to the wicked united snakes and wherever we disperse, just let us go. Give us what you owe us and let us leave here. Let us go now. Don't wait another 10, 15, 20, 30 years. Let us go right now so we could go serve the Father in spirit and in truth wherever we go, wherever the wilderness is at. That's what we need to be thinking about and what we need to be. One of the things we need to be praying about. So, Father, we thank you. We praise your name. And I ask that you give the people today, all of us, edification and new revelation according to what's written. Father, have mercy on us, because without you having mercy on us, please continue to have mercy on Israel. Please, because right now we're in dire times, but they have the times mixed up because they've been saying Jacob's trouble, but they don't even know what Jacob's trouble is. Jacob been in trouble. Father, you've been spanking us for the last couple of millennia. And you passed the cup to the heathen, and I thank you for that. But now, even though you passed the cup to the heathen, please teach our people LSC. Please teach our people daily to follow LSC. Because LSC is important. LSC is Mashiach. Somebody get a book of Revelation, what? Revelation 14 and 12? I call that all the time. Those that what? The Father's words is what? And you have faith in who? Which is really telling you to do Mashiach and have faith in Mashiach. You can't it's hard to mix that up. You can't mix that up. It's impossible. How you gonna mix up Mashiach being the Father say, the book say that he was the Word. So if he is the Word, then he's the Word. You can't make any mistakes about Mashiach being the Word. So if Mashiach is the Word, that makes him LSC. Because he said he came to fulfill LSC, which means he came to fulfill himself, what was written about him. He also told you that it was written about him. Somebody go get that precept. I'll put it up, JPM. I'll put it up. Revelation 14 and 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they which what? Keep the commandments of our Elohim, which means you keep Mashiach, which means you do Mashiach. The commandments is Mashiach. Nobody can tell me different. See, that's what Christianity forgot to tell people. They forgot to tell you that when you keep the commandments, the only thing you do is you operate in how Mashiach operated, because he was the commandments. And faith in Mashiach. You can't even argue. Nobody can argue with me about that. So, Father, we thank you. Thank you for sending first fruits, which is Mashiach. Mashiach, he say in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. That means that Mashiach, he said Mashiach was there before he was born with Joseph and Mary. So that proves that he's other than his deity. If you a liar saying that he wasn't no deity, then you're a liar, because he already was before. And if you understand how the book is written, you should ask yourself this question. When the Father said, "Let there be light," but he wasn't talking about the sun, the moon, and the stars, what light was he calling? I'm gonna leave that where it is. Thank you for sending first fruits. First fruits, thank you for the work that you've done, the sacrifice that you made for your people. Appreciate you, first fruits, and thank you. And thank you, first fruits, for sending the Ruach HaKodesh. Thank you, Father, for giving us your spirit so that we can not only understand the time that we're living in, but we can be a true witness to our family members who are still walking around blindness, talking about they are Baptist, or they're a Mormon, or an Episcopalian, or something ridiculous of that nature. There's nothing that can tell you your plight, that has prophesied your plight, that can tell you exactly who you are outside of the book. If you can has Kemet ever been able to tell you what your plight is, where you are prophetically, and where you're going to go? They say that the Bible is plagiarized. Okay, so if the Bible plagiarized, can you show me in Kemetic science, where's the transatlantics at? If you can tell me where our captivities is at, you should be able to explain to me why we went into captivity. And I'm not just singling out, I'm talking about all religions, all belief systems, paradigms, and systems of thought. If you can compare to what the book says about this people who the book is about, that's been dispersed all over the globe, and that was written thousands of years ago. Show me the prophecies from Kemet, and when and how and where they being fulfilled. I'll wait. No, I'm not going to wait. What I'm going to do is I'm going to greet the family. Peace and blessings, fam. Want to greet my brother Yashadik. Yashadik, what's happening, brother? Hope all is well with you. How you doing, man?
Well, all is well. Shalom, shalom to the family out there. I'm gonna do like brother Sean. What did brother Sean say? It lifted my spirits, encouraging all nations to repent of our sins, turn to the Most High Yah, believe and have faith in Yahushua, Hamashiach, and keep the laws and commandments. From Genesis to Revelation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's a good word right there. That's a good word. And he has more compassion on the heathen than I do, because quite frankly, the heathen can keep going down the road of degradation that they're going down, and your brother C do not have one bit of drop of care about them. And that's cold, but I'm an old head and I need to get saved. So that's just what it is. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna greet the fam. Elia Yashal, I'm gonna bring you in after I greet the fam, bro. Thanks for dropping in. I appreciate it. And my brother Kadar, I see you out there in the chat. Shalom, peace and blessings to you, bro. Drop the link in the chat if you want to join in. You can definitely join in and speak your piece as usual. So I'm gonna start from the top and work down. My brother JPM Shalom, peace and blessings to you, brother. Hope all is well with you. Hope the family is doing well. My good brother Daniel Blackshear, peace and blessings to you all. Hope all is well with you. Hope you've been doing okay. And family, well, I'll make a note of that later. How YouTube has been playing around. YouTube been playing. My brother Smitty, hey Smitty, how you doing? What's good, brother? Hope all is well. Hope you've been doing well today, and the Father is keeping you. You more than likely on the good ship. But that's okay though. You get that money. You get that money until you build your own ship. Every Israelite in here, including me, you should be looking to build your own ships so that you can put some Israelites on the ship with you. You could take your ship to the wilderness. You could row your boat if you got an outboard motor, if you got a sailboat, whatever ship you build. You should be able to be preparing to take some Israelites with you, right? Because we're not selfish around here. My brother Malek Immaculate, Shalom fam, peace and blessings to you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Hope the Father's keeping you and blessing you beyond your recognition, beyond your understanding. And that's what I hope for all of you, that the Father is blessing you and renewing your mind, giving you new revelation, give you a clear mind so that you can see what's going on in the earth and you can act accordingly. And the only way to act accordingly is LSC. That's the only thing that you got to fall back on. You can't fall back on no other science but LSC. LSC is your science. You ain't got nothing else, Israel. You got nothing else to fall back on but LSC. So you might as well accept it and be with it. Oma Yakida, Shalom, sis. Hope all is well. Hope the family's doing good. Hope your sister's doing good as well. Hopefully she joins in. It's always good to see you. My good brother Jason Canfor. Hey, Shalom, brother. Hope all is well with you. Hope the Father's keeping you and blessing you beyond your recognition. Kenya Raya, Shalom, sis. Hope all is well with you. Hope the Father's keeping you and blessing you as well. Mary Yakita, Shalom, sis. Hope all is well with you. Peace and blessings to you. Hope the Father is blessing you immensely. And like I said, that's my prayer for all of you. The Father bless you beyond your understanding. He's capable of doing that. He promised it to you in Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28, my fallback. Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 14. That's my fallback right there. Because really, that tells the whole story. You don't have to go around figuring out who Israel is. You don't have to do it. Outside of any other evidence that there is, you could go to Deuteronomy 28, 15 through 68. That'll tell you exactly who the people of the book on the earth is. And you don't have to, there's no guesswork. That take all the guesswork out of it. If you got your own banking system and you're running the nation, chances are you're not the people of the book. if you have your lineage and you know who you are, and you can tell me, oh yeah, my granddaddy, my great great granddaddy, my great 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 granddaddy and grandmama was what? They was doing that. Chances are you're not the people of the book. There's a good chance that you're not booked. But that's okay. There's space for you to get in, but you're not walking through them 12 gates. I bet you that. Shibiyah, peace and blessings, sis. Shalom. Hope you and the husband and the children are doing well. All is well with you today. My brother Josiah Ben Yehuda, Shalom, family. Shalom. Zion, world without end. That's what's up. Pharaoh, let us go. Biden, what's that wicked witch of the West? Hillary Clinton, that thief and big drug dope peddler. Y'all do know who the biggest dope peddler is on the earth. Y'all don't even know it's Bill Clinton, do y'all? Y'all didn't know that, huh? Look at Mena Airport. I told y'all that before. Look at Mena Airport. Mena Airport is one of the biggest thoroughfares of dope, and that's Clinton home turf. Clinton also benefited from that earthquake that they did over there in Haiti, I believe, and then they found all the minerals, and who benefited from that? The Clintons. Let us go, Biden. King Trump. Let us go, Trump. Pharaoh Trump. Let us go. We keep going down the list to the family. Good to see you, brother. Kimiyah Rogers, Shalom, sis. Hope all is well. Peace and blessings to you. So we getting past the ones. Y'all was putting all them ones up for when I call L&L. Sister, if I miss you, peace and blessings to you, sis. Hope all is well. My good brother Kadar, peace and blessings to you, brother. Hope all is well with you. My brother Aliyah Yashala, the mighty lion, he's backstage. I'm going to bring him in as soon as I finish greeting the fam. My sister Linda Ricks, peace and blessings to you, sis. Hope you are well. Patricia Thomas, peace and blessings to you, sis. Hope all is well with you and that the Father is keeping you and blessing you. Yes, sir. I hope He's blessing all Israel right now. Bless them, Father, beyond their recognition, that they don't even understand, that they can't even see and understand where the blessings is coming from, but they should already know. They should know it's come from you. But just bless them, Father. Bless those that know that they're Israel, and bless our people that don't know that they're Israel. Carl John, peace and blessings to you. Peace and blessings, brother. Hope all is well. My good brother Sean, I don't know if I caught you yet, Sean, but peace and blessings to you, brother. Faithful brother. Hope all is well with you. And I'm going to put this blast up. Long live the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, Yeshua HaMashiach. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Selah. That's right. He is all those things. Yes, he is. That's who the Father sent, and he came here, put on this this meat clothing, this human thing, the human existence. He came from spirit, from where he was, put on human existence, kicked it with us for a minute, showed us what time it was, but was our salvation, and he also was the sacrifice for us to reconcile us back to the Father. So he's the one that holds some major keys, all the keys. Because did the book say all power in heaven and earth was given to Mashiach? Somebody go get that precept. I might be making that part up, right? I could be making that up. But if y'all ever hear me making something up that's not coming from the book, check me on it and say, "Nah, brother, the book don't say that." And then I'm not never coming back on no YouTube. And see, that's the thing about these so-called teachers and preachers and these mores and these people that teach in the book. Number one, everybody know it all, which I don't know it all. But number one, you got to be held to a higher standard. You can't be saying what your opinion is unless you say, okay, this is my opinion. You cannot say something is fact if it's not coming out the book. It's time out for that. And what's beautiful is that the people in the chat and Israelites in general will call you on your foolishness. Shalom, Sarita Hebrew. Hope you're doing well, sis. Good to see you. Haven't seen you, man. I hope all is well. So I believe, no, we still got some more people in here. Carolyn Gannon, Shalom, sis. Peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well with you today. Stay on fire ministry. Hope you stay on fire for the Father and people see you. Shalom to you, and people see you that they be like, man, this ain't like that Christianity spirit. This something else. That Christianity spirit is a lying spirit. You know why? You be in there getting hypnotized by the music, the beats per second. When they be doing the music, that music lull you to sleep so that you can empty your wallet. That music, them beats be having you feel so filled with whatever that spirit is. It ain't the spirit. It ain't the ruach. It's a spirit, though. It is, but it's not the ruach. No, it is not. That's the same spirit that will have you getting on camera talking about you forgive a heathen after he done committed a heinous act against your family. Huh? Did that brother say that? Yes, he did. He gonna always say something silly come out that brother. Right? Linda Ricks, shalom, sis. Hope all is well. Michaelia Yashara, peace and blessings. Peace and blessings to you. That's right, Pound. Let us go. Let us go. Let us be up out of here so that we could go worship our Father in spirit and in truth in wilderness and start building the kingdom of the Israelites. I love how that sounds. I could keep saying, I say that a few times a day. I think about it. I just laugh. I just smile. Brings a smile to my face to say it. Hopefully it brings a smile to your face too, that you are part of the kingdom of the Israelites. Listen to how that sounds. And as crazy as it sounds, y'all the next world power. A lot of y'all don't believe that, though. A lot of y'all don't believe that the Israelites got next. Put a one up if you believe Israelites got next. Put a one up. I see you, Smitty. I see you. What's good, Jabroni? Hope all is well, brother. Hope all is well with you. Let me see. I'm going to give you 3 flavors. Get yourself a good big peanut butter one with peanuts in it. If you're not allergic to nuts, get yourself a good oatmeal and raisin. And last but not least, a bomb chocolate chip. If you get the trifecta, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with the trifecta. I know I'm right because I'm a sweethead. So what I say, I know sweets and cartoons, and I don't know nothing about the book, but sweets and cartoons. I'll get you right. Oh, yeah, wait. Let me check that. Sweets, cartoons, and cereal. Those are 3 things that I know a little bit about. Amir Yashara, peace and blessings, bro. Hope you are well. I believe we got everybody that's in the chat. And so I'm going to bring the brother in, my brother Elia Yasha'Allah. Peace and blessings, bro. How you doing?
Shalom, Mishpucha, Shalom to the family, all the brothers and sisters out there. Shalom, peace and blessings. Bless y'all for all of y'all. And I'm pretty much on the same page. I'm like, enough talking. Hey, bring them ships, bring them chariots. It's time to get the F out of here.
I say it's time to get the hell out of here. I don't mind saying that.
It's time to get the hell out of here. All right, it's time to go. The 400 years is up. Let's get out. Cause I say that I bring this out a lot. That in the White House, they got it on record that they've held us 400 years. So it's a done deal. And what I want everybody here to do, all of the Israel, Shema Yasharallah, Hero Israel, is, let's pay attention to this 3rd Antichrist abomination temple, because it don't get brung up in the family of Israel a lot. But we need to keep our eye on that. You know how they got it. Well, they already saying they found a red heifer, but of course that'll be the red heifer that the Antichrist will denounce or stop or cancel from being done, because life is in the blood, of course. But let's keep our eye on that 3rd temple, because even the Edomites, even they lollygagging around about how far they is and what the process they is of building it. I know they got the coins and they got a couple of furniture for it, but we got to keep our eyes on that. And as you said, the power of prayer, And then the first thing that came to my mind when we spoke on the power of prayer is remember when Daniel was praying and he didn't get his answer for about 21 days. And then the angel said, well, I heard your prayer the first time, but I had to fight with the prince of the airs or the prince of Persia. You see, and then we finally get our answer. This indicates to us that this is a spiritual warfare. And it also gives indication that we need. So I know a lot of people don't feel it's necessary, especially a lot of Negroes in America, but we have got to learn to come to our language. Our language. For instance, let me show you how important knowing Hebrew is and the meanings of it. Now, you can see Yahweh right in Genesis 1:1. Habarit Elohim bara, Habarit bara Elohim Hashemayim Ahad. Okay, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the universe, right? Now, Habarit Elohim. Elohim, we know that's plural, meaning two becoming one. Okay, or meaning more than one. So in the beginning, Elohim, because that's how it's read, and when you read the Hebrew, it's not in the beginning God, it's in the beginning Elohim. And then when you, just like we had a comment earlier that brother said, you know, hear, O Israel, Yah is one. Hear, O Israel, Yah is one. Okay, well, that would be Shema, Shema, Yasha, Allah, Yahweh. Okay, it says Shema, Shema, Yasha, Allah, Yahweh. Elahaya Nawa, Yahweh Akkad. Okay, hear, O Israel, Yahweh is one. Now, in the Hebrew, Akkad, it don't mean just one as in one apple or one ball. It can also mean one family that consists of more than one. It also means two becoming one. We are one right here. It's three guys on this computer, and we all on one accord, just like they was in Acts chapter 2. That also means a cut. So it also means that as well. This is giving emphasis. Now we understand. See, now you have an understanding on why Yahweh Shah said, I and the Father, I and my Father are one. Now you see why he said it in that manner, not asking to try to take his glory or anything, even though the word said in the beginning was the word. And notice, in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. See how they made it one? When you understand Hebrew, it'll put all the pieces together. So that's the power in praying in Hebrew. You see what I'm saying? When you pray in Hebrew, it's like, okay, Paul said, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities and high places and dark forces. If you were to walk into a crowd, you're going to speak your code and your language so that your peeps that's in that crowd can understand you. You see what I'm saying? Because you're speaking your language. You see? And that's the same thing when we praying in the spiritual world. When you speak the holy tongue, you see, the demons have to back out the way. You see what I'm saying? And so I'm seeing the power of the Israelite prayer. That is something that we have to get into. And as much as I don't want to say it, I mean, as much as it's kind of weird to say, your diet, that affects your prayer life, is your diet. And so we have to please keep that in mind. Have a clean, alkaline diet, because that will help your prayer life. Okay. So let me back away, and I want all the brothers to speak. I want to hear everything all the brothers got to say.
Okay, so I'm going to continue I see a few people that came in after the fact. Appreciate those words, brother. Sister Yaz, I see you put a one up. I didn't call your name earlier. So say peace and blessings to you, sis. My brother up next. Facts, peace and blessings to you, brother. Hope all is well. Unorthodox daughter of Zion, peace and blessings to you. Hope you are well. Lily Ray Miles, shalom, peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well. See, we got people coming in, still coming in. Fatima Yahuda Shah Yasharal, peace and blessings, sis. Hope all is well, brother E. The link's in the chat. I'll drop another link in. You and Kadar, or matter of fact, not just you or Kadar. Anybody in the family want to jump in? You know, we have an open door policy. You can come and jump in, and when it's appropriate, you can speak your piece. And again, peace and blessings. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start and jump into the actual topic of discussion. And you all know that KC is a discussion where we have a conversation about something, and it's not necessarily about any particular teaching, but we'll have a topic. And today's topic is the power of Israelite prayer. Now, we've got a lot of information concerning prayer in the book and our people utilizing prayer in the book. But what I want to ask the family, and I'm going before we even jump into it, I want you to think clearly about this before you answer. And if you believe that there's power in your prayer, put a 1. If you don't believe that there's power in your prayer, put up a 2. And I should be beating everybody. I'm going to put up a 1 in that. And your answer is from your own perspective. It's not from my perspective. It's from your own perspective as you sit here in what they call the year 2022. And this is the month of, what are we in, August? Notice how it was different with the Father. The Father gave us numbers, and somehow we got words. Without getting into that too much, Father gave us numbers. So you put a 1 up if you believe that there is power in prayer. All praise to the Most High. Seeking the Most High. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings to you. Michelle Y says 1 and I have receipts. Well, hopefully, sis, you'll be able to share some of those receipts. So I've seen a bunch of 1s. So you all believe that there's power in prayer. Okay? There's power in that. Somebody go get me that precept, and I could go get it myself. Somebody go get me the precept where it says the power of life and death is in the tongue. Somebody get me that precept. I could get it, but I want you guys to get it and drop it in. And as soon as you put put it in, I'll put it up. AJPM, that's that one right there is one of my is one of my notes that I'm gonna put up. Matter of fact, that's actually, you're not gonna believe this. You're not gonna believe it, but that's actually what I was gonna start off with. The first precept, so I might as well put it up. James 5:16. Confess your faults one to another, and pray one to another that ye may be healed. So that's one way of being healed, is that when you're confessing your faults one to another. Healed of what? Healed of your faults? Could that be it? Since we're putting it in context. Now the key to this this precept, and really the focus of the today's discussion, is the effectual, fervent prayer of a righteous man. I'm going to say a righteous person because we've got men and women, and the Father hears men and women's prayers, availeth much. So what I want to do is I want to look at those words and phrases, right? Because sometimes we get past what words mean, right? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw them up. I'm going to look up, what does the word effectual mean? Somebody have that definition. I'm going to get the dictionary, and then we're going to share that. Actually, Let me put that down here. Hold on a second, fam. I'm about to do some tricks here. Getting tricky with the technology. So I'm gonna share that screen. And let's share that screen right there. Yeah, that's the one I want. We share the audio too. Okay, so let's look up the definition effectual. I'm gonna turn this off for now because I already have it in. So believe it or not, it's already in my notes. So let me get over to that screen and I'm gonna zoom it up a little bit. See that so we could see it. Okay, so the word effectual, and it reads the adjective of something inanimate or abstract, successful in producing a desired or intended result, effective. And so they use it in a sentence here. Tobacco smoke is the most effectual protection against the mosquito. So it's effective. So the word, when we look at that precept, I'm going to go back to it. When we look at that precept, I clicked on show. Let me stop sharing my screen. So when we look at that precept again, we can replace the word, let me put it back up. We can place the word effectual for effective. So the effective, but then what about the term fervent? Because a lot of these words, we don't really understand what they mean. We have an idea, but really, do we really know what they mean, right? Because if you break them down and put them together, then that'll make the precept mean even more, right? Mean even more in the English tongue, if I may. So we're going to look up the term fervent. Fervent. Give me a moment. Got that. Okay, so they give me that. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to get slick and type in definition of. No, I don't want the definition in the Bible because I don't want it to be biased. And guess what? There is no definition for the word fervent. Hold on a second. I can't find a definition for the word fervent. Somebody has to have it. Let's go to all. Okay, no wonder I was on the wrong page. Okay, so yeah, this is good right here. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen, and then we're going to look up the word fervent. And so again, I'm going to share my screen. That one. We need the audio too. Okay, so the definition of fervent is, if you look at that, let me take that off. If you look at that as displaying a passionate intensity. So keep that in mind. Having or displaying a passionate intensity. So that means you really, 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 really into it. You're intense with it. It's like you can't even think or move because it's so intense, right? So let me find that precept again that the brother put up. And so I'm going to read it this way. The effective, intense prayer of a righteous man availeth much. Now, the phrase availeth, let's look that up too. Because we need to look at all these words, fam. Christianity gave us their definition, but we don't want their definition. We want to know what it actually means, right? And so we have an idea of what it means, but do we know what it means? I mean, and truthfully, to be able to truthfully say, oh yeah, I know what that word means. So I'm gonna have to go back because it's not letting me have it that way. I'm gonna do it this way. Let's look that word up, the definition of avail. It's so to avail, so help or benefit, right? So the effective, passionate, I'll use the term passionate, because that was part of the definition of fervent. The effective, passionate prayer of a righteous man benefits much, helps much based on the definition. So if that's the case, knowing that and knowing what the book says about prayer, then there must be some power to prayer. There must be some power to it. And how do we know that? Well, we've got precept upon precept that the prayer is powerful. But I also want to put up Proverbs because I called this one earlier. And this is the tie into where I'm actually going. Proverbs 18 and 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. So what fruit are you eating? Proverbs 18:21 says death and life are in the power of the tongue. So what does that mean? Does that mean that your words have power? Your words may not have the same power as the Father's words, but at the same time, those frequencies do resonate. How you think the U.S. was able to survive all this time? How was the U.S. able to survive all of this time? You know why the U.S. was able to last all this time? One is because the so-called Negro was paying for this nation. Because the so-called Negro wanted to be a part of this nation. The so-called Negro loved this nation. Loved it so that the so-called Negro fought in the wars so that they could look at us as being man and accept us. My daddy was I want to say it won't say he was a victim of World War II, but he fought in World War II. And when he got home in his uniform, white man says, "Nigger, what you doing on the street?" That same hatred exists today. And you fighting in their wars, you praying for them, you praying for their presidents, you praying in their churches, in their white churches, you praying in their white synagogues, you praying for acceptance to them. And you want to be accepted. You want a good pat on the head so that you could be accepted by the heathen. Joy 31608, peace and blessings, says shalom to you. Hope all is well. William Stiggers, peace and blessings, brother. Hope all is well with you. You have been praying using your power. Using your power. And guess what? The heathen knows that. Prayer of a righteous availeth much. Prayer of the Israelites availeth much. We were Israelites weren't walking around here righteous, then had everything stolen from them, then had their head bashed in, then got their tail whooped by the Father beyond recognition, Deuteronomy 15 through 68, and then some. Because somewhere in Isaiah said he's going to pour out double on you. Somebody could go get that precept. I love that precept. Because that means that the heathens in them get quad. Psalms 83 get quad. Quad means you get 4x. Let's put this precept up because this relates to what I was speaking about. Brother William Stiggers. Well, I can tell you this, brothers. I serve the military and I pray for the brothers that serve with me. Pray that my family stays safe here in the U.S. But you're right. There was no different treatment. That's right. That's right. And my daddy told us the story that they set the smoke screen on the beach so that they can invade. Now, if you know anything about fighting, if you out there set the smoke screen, that means that you're the first ones on the beach. You taking fire. That's what my dad told about, and he told us some other things about too. And let's just put it this way. Not only was you fighting the Krauts, but you was fighting the KKK as well. While you was over there. Huh? My dad had all kind of stories, all kind of horror stories. Being in the Snakes is nothing but a horror movie for the so-called African American, for the kingdom of Israel. Being in the Snakes has been a stone cold nightmare. But now let's get back to this prayer thing. So now everybody agrees that prayer is powerful, right? Everybody understands the time that we're in, right? So now my question is this. Why are you wasting prayers on the heathen and their construct? Why are you wasting your prayers on the heathen and the construct? And guess what? I'm gonna give you a precept. And this precept has been misinterpreted. Matthew 24:12. I'm gonna drop it in the chat myself because I got it queued up. I had the other one queued up too, JPM. You beat me on the drop, but I had it on my notes. And tell me what you think about this precept. I'm gonna drop it and then I'm gonna put it on the screen. Matthew 24:12. Now I'm gonna read it. Matter of fact, Yash, you around? Yash, if you're around, could you read this precept for me, please, bro?
Matthew 20. Damn. Anyway, and because iniquity shall abound.
Okay, my brother, he dropped off, so I'll go ahead and read it. Hey, brother, Allah, Yasha Allah, could you read this precept for me, please, bro? Matthew 24:12. Y'all gonna make me read the own precept myself. Okay, I got y'all. Y'all still need to get saved. Okay, so Matthew 24:12 says, okay, my brother came back. Okay, there you go. Okay, bro. I was getting ready to say, y'all gonna have me read the precept myself. I'll do it, but y'all go ahead and read. Go ahead and read that for me, bro.
Matthew 24:12.
Yes, sir.
Because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Stop right there. So I'm gonna look at me. I'm gonna look at Yash. I'm gonna look at Aliyah Yasha Allah. I'm gonna look at Brother Enoch. Peace and blessings to you, bro. Hope all is well. William Stiggers, Jason Camfor, Maria Yakita, my brother E, my brother Hal, wherever he's at. Peace and blessings to you, Hal. Hope all is well with you. My brother Banya. Peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well with you. Now, if I look at this precept, I say amen to it. Christianity has taught us this precept meant something that it didn't even mean. And I'm here to tell you that if you telling me because iniquity, because we've been treated so bad all of this time, and iniquity is surrounding us because we hearing the snakes, and our love has waxed cold for the snakes and those therein and the heathen, I say amen to that. I say amen to this precept. Yes, I'm glad my love for you has waxed cold. Yes, sir. That don't mean my love has waxed cold for all of my brothers in the 50 states and to the dispersed around the world. I don't care if you from St. Louis. Put your city, whatever city you from, put your city up in the chat right now. I don't care if you from St. Louis, Kansas City, Detroit, Chicago, the Bay Area, Oakland, San Francisco, Vallejo, Richmond, LA, Compton, Dallas, Texas, Houston, Texas, San Antonio, Texas, Philadelphia, New York, Miami, Alabama, the A, Atlanta, Portland, Oregon. I don't care where you from. If you my people, I love you. I love you as such. You went through we all went through transatlantics together. Now, my love for my people ain't waxing cold. But have my love for the heathen wax cold? Abso-freaking-lutely. You best believe it don't wax cold. So you can't misstep on this particular precept, what it's saying, because we've been in iniquity for the last 2 millennia. Brother Banya, what's up? What's good with it, brother? How you doing?
Shalom and blessings, bro. Shalom and blessings, brothers in the panel. How y'all doing?
All is well, man. All is well. All is well. We're getting into this prayer thing. The family believe that there's power in prayer.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they say. Say it's power, and they also understand that life and death is in the power of the tongue. So the tongue must got some power to it. Then it's not just words. It's not just frequencies that you heard. You done heard it. It done went in one ear, and then where it go?
Hey, can I take a second to address something real quick, bro?
Yeah, man. Go
It's
ahead.
somewhere along the lines of what you're talking about
Go ahead, bro. Rock out,
with
man.
prayer, right? Now, we supposed to pray, but we also supposed to put forth effort towards whatever we praying for, right? That's to say faith without works is dead, right? So a lot of people was asking about, you know, why we are doing this thing with the let us go. That's the least we could do. All right. We're not depending on this nation to do the right thing. That this is about the most high moving in our stead for us, you know. But if we're not asking to go home, then that ain't in our minds. You know, if you're content with staying here, then don't ask to go home. Don't ask for us to be let go. You know, and that's what we put out there. You know, but in every captivity that our people were in, we had a part in that. You know, whether we asked to be let go, whether we asked to be uh to go to Israel and start building the temple, we put forth effort in it. But the Most High is always glorified in that. Some people say Moses delivered Israel out of the land of Egypt. But if you ask Moses, Moses would say the Most High delivered us. And so would the people, you know? So we got to understand, man, when we start talking about whether we should do anything or not, whether we should be working towards things that's going to benefit us in the kingdom, you know, we got to understand that if we not doing anything physically, it's no different from the sweet by and by that we get at the Christian church. The Christian church tells us to sit there and wait and don't do anything, and God will make everything happen, you know. But as Israelites, we know that the Most High's power is also manifest through us. We are His battle axe. What does that mean? He said, with you, He would tear down nations and do all these things. So faith without works is dead. You have to put forth an effort. You have to at least have it in your spirit to want to leave also. So, you know, if you're asking why we are saying let us go, that's the reason why. Because that's the very least we could do. And that's all I wanted to say on that.
Hey, brother Bonnier, and brother Cleo, and family. And since this is talking about the power of prayer, it Monday I had to go up to for my job and do a delivery. I had to go up to North Carolina. It was a 3 hour ride, and on that ride, I sat. I mean, I rode up there and I took the time to have a serious conversation with the Most High. And my prayer and my conversation, uh, actually, that the live that y'all gave that Monday was the exact same thing that I was praying to the Most High. The exact same thing. See, because we're talking about the power of prayer. I seen the manifestation of it. It came on the live, and it even went even above what I asked or even think, because uh, out of that came the let hashtag let us go, as well as when you brung it up, where is um, your heart desire, where, whatever it was, but it was the exact same thing that I prayed. And that's all I wanted to ask, because I was really blown away, and I was greatly encouraged uh, when y'all came on. It was beautiful.
Amen. Glad I could be. I mean, I'm not saying nothing that the brother Cleo hasn't said to me, concerning how we move. You listen to the second Exodus, and the brother talks about faith. You should, if you make a vow to do something, or you pray for something, then it's up to you. It is your duty to set out to achieve that goal. That's how it works. It don't work if you pray and sit there and wait. Show me a man that has faith, right? And show me a man that have works, and I'll show you a man that has faith according to what he do. So your faith is backed up by your works. That's what it's backed up by. Without any action, your faith is dead. We don't believe in this mythical Christian God that just grants things to us. We have to move. We have to do things. We have to set goals. We have to realize the reality of things that we're in. We got to prepare ourselves for things. We saying let us go, but at the same time too, we should be looking into things that's going to benefit us when we leave. Do you know agriculture? Do you know irrigation systems? Do you know what's good for bartering in and outside of this country? Do you know how to delegate with people and train people how to build? Do you know carpentry? Do you know brick mason? Do you know plumbing? Us as a nation, we should know these things. And we should think about who's going to be in the forefront doing these things and teaching people how to do these things so that we can be self-sufficient. That's what it's about. We saying let us go so we can serve our Elohim and be our own nation without anybody interrupting us and hindering us from our growth. So if our forefathers could do it within this country, and we had examples like Black Wall Street and so on and so forth, and we got great inventions from our inventors from out our nation, and we set the standard in all areas of this nation, then we can do that. But you got to set it in your mind and not want to be here and realize this is not your rest, or else you just thinking about contributing to the growth of this nation. You want to get a bucket and try to empty out the water of a sinking ship.
I take a look at that precepts perfectly to what you just brought, brother. Matthew 7:7. Yash, go ahead and read Matthew 7:7 for me, please.
And it shall ask, and it shall be given you.
Stop right there. What?
Ask.
What did it say? No. Let's wait for the zigzag man.
Ask.
Uh-huh.
It shall be given.
So what you have to do, that's an action, right?
Yes, it is.
We know that the Father is going to rescue us up out of this plight that we're in. Because we passed the 40 years is over with. Now we in the judgment phase. So what's wrong with asking and saying, let us go?
Exactly.
Is that anti-biblical? Is that anti-scripture? But Matthew 7:7. Read the rest of the verse, bro. Read the rest of Matthew 7:7.
Seek, and ye shall find.
Stop right there. What you looking for?
I'm looking for the kingdom.
That's right. Say that again, huh?
I'm looking for the kingdom.
Okay, so you say ask. We asking for the kingdom, even though we already know where the kingdom at. We asking you for it. We seeking it. What's the rest of that? Please read.
Knock. You got to
No,
knock.
wait a minute. Before that, it say ye shall what?
Oh, and ye shall find.
Okay, so if you ask and you seek, guess what? You're gonna find it.
Exactly.
Read the rest, please.
Knock, and it shall be opened unto you.
So that means that there's some action involved. Israelites, get up off your rump and do something. How about that?
And don't let no one discourage you.
If somebody's sitting around asking this man Banya, why is he doing that? You don't have no sense enough to pick up the book and read. and do what the book says? Matthew 7:7 says, ask and it shall be given unto you.
Mm.
If you ask him for it, he's gonna give it to you. How about if you ask, hey Father, like how those are, somebody get the precept of Revelation where they say, how long, Father, before you go and avenge? Did they not ask him? They know he gonna avenge. Why do they know he gonna avenge? Because he said he was gonna do it. You ask and he's going to move. What's wrong with you asking? I don't see anybody asking you why you doing that is out of their rabbit ass mind. Point blank. I don't care who you is. You don't ask nobody why you asking the Father something. Why you ask me why I'm asking the Father to give me something? When he said right there in Matthew 7, I can ask him, and if I seek, I'm gonna find it. He say asking, it's gonna be given to me. So you ain't got no business asking me why I'm asking the Father about something about letting us go. That's my business. If you don't believe the book, that's on you. Wake up, Israel. Wake up. Stop playing.
Yeah,
So you mean to tell? Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Stand ballots among us. You know what I'm saying? When they see you coming and we're beginning to build the walls of the temple, now we get them and their ilk, and they want to come and stop the building.
You know what it is, bro, and I'm gonna call this out right now. A lot of times when, and this is with me personally, if you're not the first one to say something, and you might be feeling a kind of certain way that you wasn't the first to say something, then you gonna probably blow some shots. Now I'll say this, and I'll say this on the open air. We've been far ahead of a lot of brothers for years. It's not nothing new. And I'm not tooting my own horn. That's just the facts.
Hey, you know what? I agree with that because I felt that in that comment.
That's just the facts, bro. We've been far ahead. Oh, we've been way ahead of and go show me a recording where you heard somebody say, "Hey, most Israelites is Israelite 1.0. We're working on Israelite 7.0 right now. You gotta get to level 12. You got brothers in the chat that's Israelite 7.0. What did that mean, brother? That means a lot. That means a lot. Because it's not just learn, it's not just about being learned. What you building? Where's your faith at? What you doing? Father say, tarry until I come. What you doing? If we don't call us to the wilderness for the next 20 years, and you say, oh, I'm waiting for the sweet by and by, what have you done with your life? Oh, there you go. Now he getting ready to come down on us. He might even ask us, where are we with our own IPs? Yeah, I am going to ask you, where are you with your own IPs? I alluded to it earlier. Your brother Cleo should be, I'm pointing at me now. I should be building a boat where I could bring other Israelites on the boat with me. And then they can build some boats. What you doing? What you waiting on? Huh? That got me fired up, Bonja. Somebody asked you that foolishness. Anyway, let's get back to the give back.
One more thing, bro.
Go ahead,
I
man.
just want to say, I wasn't offended. I felt more so sorry for the person who said it, because it's a hopelessness that's setting our people, man. That they don't think they can achieve certain things. You know, they don't think there's hope. You know, even us knowing that we Israelites, you know, we got people thinking that, you know, oh, the tribulation, a lot of us gonna die. We've been in tribulation. We've been going through this stuff. You know, as a nation, it's billions of us that's been lost. We are the remnant. The tribulation started when our Mashiach died. You know, 70 AD. Y'all, we got to remember all these things that happened to our people. We've been in the tribulation. And as we come to the Most High, the curses will be lifted off of us and put on the other nations. You know, judgment starts with us first, man. And we've been judged. You know, we've been judged and we're being judged. But the Most High said that he would judge this nation. And then after, we should come out with great substance. He didn't say, I'm going to destroy more you, Israel, then we going to come out with great substance. He said we would be at like the sand of the sea. You understand? We are the remnant, but, you know, a lot of our people don't believe. They don't believe, even knowing that they're Israel. You know? And it's sad, man. I feel bad for them. Because, you know, I wake up with new hope every day. And
look,
some
man,
of us are not waking up like that.
I'm an old head. I'm an old head. I admit I'm an old head. But guess what? I'm still trying to build something. If you're a young star and you ain't trying to be industrious and build something, then you useless to the nation of Israel. It's all hands on deck. You useless to the family. And here's the thing. Here's what I'm not saying, because everybody has to grow and get to that point, right? And I'm not coming down on those who haven't done that yet. But if I look at this verse, Matthew 7:7, I'm gonna look at it this way. Ask it, it shall be given to you. Okay, I'm gonna ask for the tribulation to hit me too. Well, why would you do that, brother? See? Again, that goes back to the power of life and death being in the what? The tongue. If you're saying that the tribulation is gonna hit you, then the tribulation probably is gonna hit you. You probably gonna get caught up in it, not me. You know what my vision is? My vision of Israel is that I'm gonna get to see it, and I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna see us going into the wilderness, and I'm gonna see us actually building the kingdom, using all the talents and skills that we've got while we were waiting, building. And the Father giving us game and wisdom and knowledge on how to do things that we never even thought of. But is he going to give it to you if you're just sitting around with a thumb up your tail just waiting? Oh, yeah, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the wilderness. What are you doing? The proverb, the story of the talents. 5, 3, and 1, right? So he gave everybody here talents, and then you got some Negroes talking about, oh yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take my one talent and bury it. Oh, master, when you came back, I know you was a hard one. I know you was hard, and every time you come by to get your money, we gotta have your money straight. And so I didn't want to be short, so I just said I'm just gonna hide it. And then when he come through, I'm just gonna say, here you go. Here you go. Just take what you gave me. That's book right there, Josiah ben Yehuda. Because guess what? The book say the kingdom is in you. That's what the book say. And I'm gonna read it. The kingdom starts within. I'm working daily on my own spirit. Exactly the same. And I point everything. You guys will notice the trend. I point at me. I point at myself first. I'm working daily on my own spirit, not sure yet what the Most High need me to do other than to work out my own salvation with fear and trembling. Well, I pray that the Father give you whatever it is that you love, whatever it is that he gave you that you love to do. More than likely in that is what you can be doing for the family. That's typically how it works, right? IPs that I'm working on are IPs of things that I love to do and that I enjoy doing, whatever they may be, right? But I'm taking those things and building something tangible so that the family can benefit. And what I mean by the family, I mean everybody in the chat, all of the whole house. And that's how we all need to be thinking. So I would start by Josiah ben Yehuda. I would start thinking, okay, what are the things that I love to do? And then you ask yourself the question. This is a question that I ask people. I used to ask people this all the time. I'm going to ask the family. if you were financially sound and you had all the money in the world and you did all the traveling in the world, what would you do with your life and your time? What would you do? You would more than likely say, oh, I would do something that I love because I've bought everything that I need. I've traveled the world. I've seen everything I wanted to see. So now it's time to spend my time doing something that I enjoy and love to do. More than likely, that's something that the Father has given you. Now, you can take that love and translate that into doing it, not only for your people, but doing it so that your people can benefit from it. So, yes, working out your own salvation is a big component because, quite frankly, if you're not LSC, it's not going to make a hill of beans worth a difference, especially in this hour. So definitely work out your own salvation, and at the same time, try to understand what you love and the things that you love to do, because more than likely, there's a place for it, and there's a place for it in the kingdom. Here's what I want to do just for a quick minute. I told y'all to put y'all cities up in here. Now I want to go back because we was talking about love for our people and our love waxing cold for the heathen because it has. You need to stop praying for the heathen, but we're going to continue to get in that. We got Baltimore. We got the C, Seattle, D.C. in the house. Concord, North Carolina in the house. The Park, New Jersey. I know Banya is from where Banya from. He can say where he's from. Fatima, you from Oakland. There's a couple of Oaklands in the States. You from the Oakland, from the Bay? You from you that's town business right there. If you from Oakland, from the Bay. Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Peace and blessings. That's what's up. Ontario, Canada. We got folks in Canada, Camarillo, Hartford, Connecticut, Mississippi. Linda Ricks, is that Richtown in Cali, or is that Richmond, Virginia? You need to make a distinction. Let us know what it is. So that's the people that put a city up. Kansas City, Mo. Love all my people in there. All wherever they're dispersed at. Those people that went through the killing fields in the snakes, them is my people. Them is my ancestors. I love them. Point blank. That's where our love we need to close ranks, folks. Stop praying for the heathen. Stop praying for everybody else and start praying for each other. The first precept that we put up is pray for one another. You should be praying. You should be praying for your brother Yash, your brother Banya, me, your brother Elisha, Yashala, Jason Philip McCauley, Mary Yakita, everybody. We should be praying for each other. Period. Point blank. I'm getting caught up with the chat. I want to jump back on the topic. Let's read what my sister said. My sister, you need to get saved, Sister Coleman. I see you, Sister Coleman. Peace and blessings to you, sis. Y'all's gonna handle this piece of our Messiah Yahuwah's instructions. All praise to the Most High. Our enemies are getting hurt. That's right. Yes, they are. They confound a world without end right now. They don't. And here's the crazy thing: they've been praying and praying and praying for the rapture. Don't ask them where the rapture at now. Ask them, hey, where Kirk Cameron and that other white man who y'all talking about? Oh yeah, the planes are crashing and nobody in them. Because them people got captured. They got captured. Oh no, I'm sorry. They didn't get captured. They got raptured. They got captured. Davion Murphy, shalom, peace and blessings. Hope all is well. And so I'm gonna get back into the business that we was talking about when it comes to prayer. So we know that there's power in Israelite prayer. We definitely know that. So, and if you know that, and if you believe it, then one thing you should stop doing is praying for your enemies that hate you. Praying for the Western construct. Richmond, Texas. Motor City. The D. Oh, is it MC Motor City? Okay. Portsmouth. Why you say that, brother? Why stop praying for your enemies? Pray for your family. Pray for Yasha Allah. Pray that the Father hurry up and get us to the wilderness as soon as possible. But one thing I will tell you is this. If prayer is powerful and you praying for the nation America, are you slowing down what's going to happen to this wicked construct? I'm just asking. Don't be slowing down. Don't be slowing down what's going to happen to them. These people is fitted. You fitted for destruction. And the Father done already spoke. I'm praying against the Father to do something that's against his will that he already spoke? You mean you really want me to do that? Here's a beautiful thing about prayer, though. Beautiful thing is this. That's right. That's exactly correct. Look. Read what that say on the screen. That's exactly correct. No ifs, fans, or buts. All right, brother Banya, peace and blessings to you, bro. Be well. Be well. That's right. To hell with America and the construct and the Western racist white supremacist construct that they done created and invented and think they're going to escape judgment by the rapture. You done did all this wickedness, hell on earth, and then you get to escape. Get the hell out of here with that. T. Brown, what's good, bro? My brother Jabroni know what time it is. I take it they don't want to be delivered since their destruction is our deliverance. Yeah, it's a paradox, ain't it? But see, the thing is that they know it, but they don't want to admit that now. Because trust and believe, everything that all of y'all done typed and said, they got it in a database. Everything that I done typed and said, they got it in a database, and they correlated, and they lined it up against the book, and they say, yes, it is so. Yes, it is so. You see what you're saying, William Stiggers. With all due respect, I do mean respectfully. I think sometimes the value and worth of an individual can't be seen by us, but the Most High can see the value in a person when no one else can. I agree with that 1,000,000%. Matter of fact, I'm a living testament of that. So you don't have to say with all due respect, bro. I actually agree with that 100%. And here's one of the main reasons why I agree with it, because I come from the dirt. Poorest family in the neighborhood where I come from, poorest family in the neighborhood. You got a couple of pair of jeans every year, and one pair of shoes got to last you the whole year. You walking around with holes in your shoes, everybody cracking on you, capping on you, basing on you. Because your fit is toe down, tired, holes in your pants, looking crazy. People capping on you every time they see you. No money in your pocket. Most of us been there. Most of us have been there, know what that is. So, William, I agree with you, bro. Totally agree with you. And keep commenting, man, because here, y'all know how we get down here. I don't even have to explain it. We've been rocking out for a minute now. My sister Mariah Yakita, 2 Ezra 13:16. For as I conceive in my understanding, woe unto them that be left in those days, and much more woe unto them that are not left behind. So Kirk Cameron, what you got to say to that, bro? Wonder what Kirk Cameron has to say to that. So we had already talked about no longer wasting your power. You Israelites are powerful. You're the most powerful thing on the earth right now, and everybody know it. But do you know it? You are the most powerful force, powerful than any nuclear bomb, powerful than any Tesla technology, more powerful than any, scalar wave and HAARP. You're more powerful than that. If you wasn't, the Father wouldn't have surnamed you. If you wasn't, you wouldn't be here. How are you still here after all that you've been through for the last 2 grand? When they say the Western construct was built on your back, what does that mean? Does that mean that just your manual labor, Or does that mean your inventions and your brightness and your smarts and your brilliance and your greatness? Is that not included? Is that not included? If you believe right now that Israel is great, you put a one up. If you believe that you are great, put a one up. I'm putting a one up because I know I'm great. I'm not even worried about it. I'm not worried about that. That's the least of my worries. Every one of y'all in here, your children and your children's children, is destined for greatness. All of us is not kings. All of us is not queens. We don't need to be. Everybody better put a one up that's listening. The people that's on the side, you better put a one up. That you look in the mirror, you must know. And I'm not pandering to you. I'm not pandering to you. I know I'm 10 years ahead. I already know that, but I'm not worried about that. Used to be 20 years ahead. Used to be 30 years ahead. We 10 years ahead of people. You'll look back, and you'll say, okay, that's where they was then. Now they're in a race. Now they still 15. Now they 20 years ahead. We got some Israelites that's 30 years ahead of the game. I pray that's now when we talk about prayer, I pray that Israel think this way. Now, since we talk about the power of prayer, I pray that this be in Israel's heart, mind, body, and spirit. That they know that they great. That's one of my prayers. Since we having a conversation about prayer, right? That's the conversation, right? I pray that all Israel wake up to the knowledge of their culture and that they realize that they are the next world power. Because that's what the book say. Do you believe what the book says? That's what you got to ask yourself. Do you really truly believe what the books say? I do. That's how I can walk around and talk the way I talk. And build the way that I build. If the Father say it's your time, then guess what? You ain't got no choice but to build something. You don't have no choice. I pray that all my family that's in the chat, that the Father show them what they should be doing, and that they're using the gifts and talents that He gave them so that they can help build this nation. It's all hands on deck. That since we're talking about prayer, that's one of my prayers. What's another one of your prayers, Brother C, since you talk about prayer? Another one of my prayers is that we become the head and no longer be the tail. And that's book. I'm tired of seeing our people in last place. Father, can we be in first place for a minute? I'm asking. Father, can you make us the head now, please? I'm tired of getting kicked in the rump. Can we be the head now and show the world how it's supposed to be done? Because really, that's why you're supposed to be the head. Different conversation. What you praying for, folks? The Father is not no genie in the lamp, and even the genie in the lamp, you gotta rub the lamp for the genie to come out. The Father is not a genie in the lamp. He said, all you gotta do is ask. Yes. Can we get in our own place where we could go build? Imagine if just imagine, my goodness, that's awesome, Brother E. Imagine if we in our own land and you don't even need 1,000 brilliant brothers for one area of thought. You could take 10 brothers and civil engineer and civil design the whole wilderness. That's just civil engineering. I pray unity among Israel. Yes, sir. Y'all stole my notes. Put your prayers up. What you asking the Father for? You better put them prayers in. Brother, he said, can we be in our own land? Huh? What you asking him for? And then you asking him for it, okay. He say ask and he gonna give it to you and you gonna find it. What are you asking the Father for? And he not no liar. Somebody get that precept words, his words never come back void. If you don't believe he gonna answer you, and he might put you on pause. What are you praying for, folks? Put them in the chat. Put it in the chat. I'll put it up. My prayer is unity. We are one people. That's right. Yes, sir. I pray for that every day. I look for that every day. And you know what, Sister Joy? I'm seeing how far we've come with that. We still got a ways to go, but as I give the illustration of the dry bones still stood up and the sinews is coming on the bones now. We closing ranks. And we getting on a cold. Yes, sir. You could go. I go to all these chats, all of these Christian places, all of these Israelite places, all of these heathen places, and you will always have an Israelite giving them the business. The prepper channels, Israelites being there, giving them the business. And when they used to comment to you, they don't even say nothing to you now. They try to ignore you now because they're like, oh yeah, that Israelite, that's an Israelite. They don't mess with you. Why is that? Somebody done told them. That's what the book say. Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of what is to come. So if you're the beginning of what is to come, what is the beginning of what you are doing? What is the beginning of your development if it's all hands on deck? Did you go come into your rest in the wilderness? And let me ask you a question. Is the wilderness your final resting stop? Yeah, we get to go to the wilderness, but is the wilderness the land? Don't confuse us, see? Let's keep going. I want to look at some of these prayers. Pray for unity amongst Israel. That's right. My prayer is to wake up and not hear one murder of our people. Khan, it broke my heart that I saw that thing with Aqib Talib's brother. They coach in football, and his brother shoots another brother. And the craziest thing is that you shooting another brother for a football game. That's one thing. But do you consider, apparently you didn't, that a sad situation, but you have to consider, what do the children see? Our young stars. They get to see this. The young man's son, 9 years old, he done got killed. The young man see his father laying out. He had to see that. 9 years old. The other children that's there seeing two so-called Negroes fighting, and then one pull out a hand and blah, 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 blah. Huh? That's sad. That's horrible. New language. That's right. We'll be able to get that good language. And look at that right there. There he go. There he go, kicking up a fuss. Maybe he only needs 100. We didn't even holler out about them yet. We need to do a show about them and them individuals. Because I'm gonna say that the 144, that's some bad boys right there. That's a bad boy. He's not gonna be able to fade the 144. That's all he need. You right, jabroni. I'm gonna keep putting these prayers up. I pray that our own people start looking out for one another. That's right. Loving each other, caring about each other, not looking at them like they're trying to beat you out of something. Look at your brother with a side eye talking about, oh, what he trying to beat me out of. Nah. Maybe me and this brother could build something. Maybe me and this sister could build something. I'll get to know this individual. Acts 12 and 15 and 12 and 5. Acts 12 and 5. I'm going to drop it in and we're going to put it up. Drop it in. I'm going to keep putting these prayers up, though. To go home, the wilderness bound. That's right. Get to the wilderness. Build. Get to the land. Build. Build. Be industrious with yourself. Use them gifts and talents. He done gave everybody gifts and talents to take over something. Look, if he gonna make you the head, you got a lot. There's a lot of gaps there. There's a lot of responsibility being the head. A lot of responsibility. You the head, you're responsible for the whole earth. Is you ready for that? You need government. You need civil. You need defense systems. Commerce, if there's such a thing. You need everything that an existing infrastructure got and then some. So you mean to tell me because you need everything, there's not room for everybody to get down and get busy? There's room enough right now for everybody in the chat, everybody in the snakes that call themselves Israel, even the dispersed with all the great ideas that we got. We don't need everybody to be industrious. We need everybody to be industrious, but we don't need everybody to be great and heavy thinkers. No, because there's enough of us that can do the heavy lifting. But everybody got to be willing to put in work. John 17:11, and now I am no more in the world, but these are in the world, and I come to thee. So he say he no longer there, which he's gone, but his people still there. His people still there. The ones that he came for. The ones that he said, somebody put that precept up. He said, I come not but for who? That's who he talking about. Holy Father, keep through thine own name those who thou hast given me. So the Father gave him Israelites. Father, keep through thy own name those Israelites that you have given me, that they may be one as we are. That's Mashiach praying for us. Ain't that something? Mashiach praying for us now. I pray the restoration to serve our Father truly and fully in our own land, far from the heathen, far from the faithless and the wicked. God, that's a bomb prayer right there. I imagine us being left alone. I tell you what, this how cold the Father is. I imagine us being left alone for 10 years, that it wouldn't take long for us to be on top. And I was shown that, gosh, maybe 25 years ago. Wouldn't take long. You give us 10 years, you give us 10 years by ourselves. 10 years of us just kicking it with each other and building. And going by what the book say, when the book say, if I be for you, who can be against you? He say somewhere in the book, where two or more gathered in my name, there I'll be where? Yeah, he with you for 10 years and you rocking out like what Josiah ben Yehuda saying, and you there for 10 years in one spot. The world wouldn't know how to contain you. You'd be uncontrollable. You'd be an unstoppable force. That's what the world is afraid of. The world has been shaking in their boots since the awakening. Them people ain't had no fear of the Father. None. Another reason why they had no fear of the Father, because Christianity has told them that they need to respect the Father, have a healthy respect for him. Well, you can't have respect for nothing that's not on your level. And he done already told you he don't have no respect of person. Father done told you he don't got no respect of person. So you don't need to be teaching me not to have a fear of him. Because you, sir, you, ma'am, are a liar. The brother brought the precept up. He's seeking to seek out your own salvation with what? With fear and trembling. Don't seek out your own salvation with respect and kindness. Huh? Christianity, they've been lying to y'all from Jump Street. From the jump. My mama, brother, y'all say. Isaiah 55:11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please. That which he pleased. What he say, it's going to do what he said it was going to do. Because it's his pleasure to do what he wants to do, because this is his construct. You make your own construct. You make the rules. His rules is LSC. You got to go by him. If he would have gave you a different rules, he would have gave you different rules. Read the rest of that. And it shall prosper in the thing 1, 2, I sent it. It's going to do exactly what I told it to do, and it's going to do nothing less. That's the Father speaking. Your Father. He said he was the father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Did he not say that in the book? Did he not say that in the book? He said, read it right there, Isaiah 55:11. It's right there. His words go out of his mouth, and guess what? They going to accomplish what he said they was going to do. No matter when he said it. He could have said it 10,000, 11,000, a million years ago. I don't even know nothing about no million years. I don't know nothing about that. It don't even matter because he created time. He's not constrained by time. Time construct is for man. He's outside of that. He was before time. That's just the creation of his. Let me keep going. I pray that our people embrace their own beauty. That's right. Especially our sisters. Especially our sisters. I'm going to tell you this right now. If you from the light bright all the way to the dark of the dark, our women is number one on the earth. Point blank, period. Bar none. That's right. Yes, sir. Cannot compare. You know, there was a movie that, I don't know if it was a movie or a TV show or something. I want somebody to look like my mama. Not that I got a sick thing for my mom. That's just in my mindset. Look like my mom, my grandma, my great-grandma, my great-great-grandma. Dark as night. What they say? Blackberry, sweetie juice. And I'm singling out my dark sisters for a reason because they got a bad rap on the earth. And what has been made beautiful has not been that. All shades of sisters is on point. Period. Make no mistake. From the light bright to the dark of the dark and everything in between. It's just that way. It's just that way. I'll pray for that too. I'm going to keep reading these prayers. We're going to get off script a little bit. I'll keep reading these prayers though. Because the most important thing is the conversation. Not what I'm thinking about, what I'm talking. It's what the family thinking and talking about. What's on the family's heart. Then you put it up there and we converse in the chat. And I converse back with y'all. That's where it's at. It ain't about me. Because if it fuck me, hey, Brother Cleo, you don't never have to get on YouTube again ever in your life. And it'd be okay. We'll be okay. Because guess what? If he's not on YouTube, you could trust believe that he's trying to build something for his folks. That's right. Trying to build something for his folks. Maria Yakita, I pray for the renewed covenant when we no longer have to teach each other know Yah, because we will all know him from the greatest to the least. Amen to that. Well, the LSC is written on our heart. Well, we ain't got to, we're old heads, ain't got to worry about forgetting it because it's already written in him. You ain't got to worry about forgetting nothing. You know, read the book time and time again, and you forget what precepts at. Huh? Well, you ain't got to worry about it now, brother. See, it's already written on your heart. What you worry? Don't worry about that. I pray the Father blesses each and every one of our hands. That's right. Me too, sis. Surely that should be one of them. I'm putting focus on the comments right now. I got a whole couple of documents on the side right now because I got a big giant screen. I'm not even looking at that. I'll focus on the comments of my family right now. I'm not even worried about that because we already know what it is. We already know what it is. Unorthodox daughter of Zion, you right there in Dallas, but you not saved. See, that's the problem with you, unorthodox daughter of Zion. You're not saved. And y'all know when I say that, y'all do know I'm playing, right? I'm using that Christianity thing on y'all, right? Because I could tell nobody on this earth if they saved or not, because I need to work on my own salvation, point blank. But I do know how y'all can get saved, though. Hit the like button and subscribe. That's how you can get saved. No, I'm just playing. Let me see what you say there, sis. Oh, yeah. Okay, sis. So you was talking about that shooting in front of his wife, son, and his football player. Yeah, that's a sad thing, sis. That's a sad thing. That hurt me. Me and my wife was talking about that last night. And that hurt. I'm not connected to no. I am connected because that's family. And when I say that's family, I look at everybody that's in the snakes as being family. Those of us that went through the diaspora. Go ahead, brother. Y'all speak your piece, bro.
I was gonna say, but you know what was so sad about it? I read an article in it in I think the Post or something. I know I read an article on it, and I went to the comments because the story, you know, it was sad enough, but I went directly to the comments, and what those folks were commenting, that was sad. That is all the reason why we really should pray. Y'all don't know hatred. You don't know vitriol. Not only are we, quote unquote, now when they saying woke, they really talking about us. Now we're the 13%. We every bad thing in the book. We got to get out of here. These people, we are truly living in the land of our enemy. And they're bringing up every accusation against us because they feel the heat of the Most High biting down on their necks. That's all I want to say. It's terrible.
Hey, brother, let me tell you this right now. A lot of people don't know we've been at war since 70 AD. A lot of people don't have a concept and understanding of that at all. We have literally been at war and we sitting around playing. No, I'm not going to say we sitting around playing. I'm putting it on me. Brother Cleo, don't you know you've been at war and you sitting around here playing? Brother Cleo, why is you playing? Why not you getting busy, Brother Cleo, so that you could help? Because, yeah, we do need to get out of here. It's going to be the Father that get us out of here, though. It's going to be, like the book say, with a mighty hand and outstretched arm and fury poured out. I messed that up last time, JPM. I got it this time, though. But that's awesome, Yash, because a lot of our people don't know that we are at war. We've been at war. And because we done decoded the book and we can look at the book and see that we at war, then we should be moving accordingly. And we should have More love. I pray for more love for our family. I pray for more love for us. I do. I pray that I pray for the awakening. And the awakening has, I'm gonna say this. Brothers was praying for that because brothers been in the truth for a minute now. What we call the truth, but it's really just getting back to your culture. But brothers been praying for that, and nobody seen it coming. Nobody seen the explosion of the awakening. Yeah, we saw it because the second Exodus, the videos that we putting out was done in 2016. And that video that the brother replayed was just a replay of the second Exodus videos that we put out. Actually, we put out, executive producer, make no mistake about it, was the father. He wanted that information to get out. Keep reading the family's comments. This is where it's at right here. Joy31608. I also pray that I never see another snuff video of one of our people dying. I saw Buffalo, and I sent Buffalo to someone, and I'm not going to say who. I sent the video because I found it either the day that it happened or the next day that it happened. It was still out there, and I downloaded it, and I got it. And let me tell you, you don't want to see that. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see it. And when you see our people, there's one thing to get desensitized to something, as if you're watching a video game. I could never get I can't get desensitized to this right here. I can't. Because that's another knife wound in my body when I see that. That's another stab wound. That's another gunshot wound to me when I see these things. The pain that this 9-year-old man, this 9-year-old child saw his father leave the earth. And what is that going to do to his mind? I pray the father have compassion on him and the family and give them some peace. Father, this your thing right here. Because I don't even know, I wouldn't know what to say to that young man at all. I would have no idea whatsoever. Point blank range. That's I'll read this precept. And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer. Before you even call, he already know, because he know the beginning from the end. He created this time construct. He already know everything that's going to happen before it happened. But he said, I will answer. Before you even call, before you even asking, he done already got the answer already coming to you. And while they yet speak, he will hear. Isaiah 65:24. Praying for the second Exodus will come soon. That's right. Father, come get your people up out of this mess. We hate it here. Hated it. They're going to ask you when you get in the wilderness, hey, man, what did you like about the U.S.? What was that, the In Living Color? Hated it. All the stuff you done stole from me here in the Snakes? Hated it. What you done did for my people here in the Snakes? Hated it. What you like about the Snakes? Ice cream? No, ice cream ain't good for you because they put too much poison in it. Unless you're making it yourself, then that ain't it. Pizza? Oh, well, if you ain't making your own pizza, you ain't making your own dough, you ain't making your own bread, you ain't making your own, then it can't be something to eat. Okay, watching the ball, Brother Kadarti, watching the Ravens play football. Well, no, that can't be, that can't be it. What you love about the snakes? What do you love about the snakes? Matter of fact, Officer Tatum, what do you love so much about the snakes that will want you to stay here when the second Exodus do happen, when it does occur? What will keep you here? This is one I brought, 1 Acts 12 and 15. Peter therefore was kept in prison, but prayer was made without ceasing of the church unto God for him. So you should be praying without ceasing. You keep on praying, but when you pray, you better be expecting it to happen because there's power in Israelite prayer. You praying for something, you better make sure that you're doing all that you can do, but the Father is going to be the one to make it happen. Here's what this priest, I'm going right back here. Lily Ray Miles. And it shall come to pass that before they even call, before you even open your mouth to pray, he done already answered it. Somebody get that precept where the angel said, "Hey man, look, I would have got it back to you, but me and the Prince of Persia, we was thumping. Me and the Prince of Persia was squabbling, and I couldn't get it to you like I wanted to." If you ain't asking him, then what you getting? What you praying for, folks? You know there's power. You know without a shadow of a doubt. I got precept after precept after precept that talk about prayer. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 17, pray without ceasing. 2 Timothy 1 and 3, I thank God whom I serve for my forefathers with pure conscience, that without ceasing I have remembrance of thee in my prayers night and day. Them people didn't believe. If they didn't believe back then in it, then and they was doing it, why should we believe in it now? I'm going to put it in the chat. Why should we believe in it now? If you don't believe there's power in it, why are you fooling around with it? If you don't believe in the book, put it down. If you're not gonna be what LSC say, put it down. Yana Coleman, you still not saved, but that's okay. You hit the like button, the Father may forgive you. We get our language back. The Most High Yah give us a heart of flesh and take away our heart of stone. Khan. And you know what, sis? I see that happening with our people. I see our people is doing a lot of good right now, and we getting on code. We still got a lot of work to do, but the old head could see progress. I can. And please forgive me, fam. I'm going to say this. I'm going to put this out there to you. And I'm not expecting anyone to be where I'm at. And I'm hopefully nobody expecting me to be where you're at. I'm going to say that again. I'm not expecting anybody to be where I'm at. Not that I'm anywhere. But I hope that you don't expect for me to be where you're at. So what does that mean? You may be on your way to doing awesome, great things. I'm maybe moving a little bit slow, but ultimately we trying to get to the same place. And that's to serve our Father in our own place. I don't know why they block you, Cavity Creek, but you know you welcome here, bro. This your house. Linda Ricks, I pray that the Most High heal Israel. Khan. It's my prayers too. Yes, please. Brother, I pray for clarity and better understanding of the Most High, but I also realize there are things that he will not show me. I believe he shows me a lot. I believe he has shown you a lot, William Stiggers. And here's what I also believe. I also believe that he is showing each individual Israelite a piece of something. There is no way that you go back to your culture that he is not dealing with you. When you look at this book and you start reading the book and the book starts jumping off the page, He's speaking to you. And he's speaking to me. How is it that this time, these precepts, when I open this book, every time I open this book, the precepts jumping off the page and my understanding increases 1,000-fold? Maybe not for me 1,000-fold. Maybe it's 1-fold for me. But for some of y'all, it's 1,000-fold. You know what I mean. You read the book now and you get great understanding. You go back to Daniel, he says, seal up the book until the time of the end. I quote that one all the time. The Father dealing with you. Yes, he is. He's dealing with us on a whole. He's dealing with Israelites on a whole different level. And so, Brother Cleo, you know that he dealing with Israelites on a whole different level. Then you need to stop doing the foolishness that you do. Everything's saying it. The stars is saying it. The heavens is saying it. The earth is crying out saying it. The people is saying it. The heathen is confounded. So you got a perfect, the heathen is getting judged. They fight against each other going crazy. They getting ready to destroy the whole of Europe right now. Not that I care, because Ukraine's, okay, y'all have at it. Croatia, have it. Russia, do what you do. But just know this, Israel, that everything that go on the earth, happen on the earth, is because of you. That's why they blame you for everything. Blame you for everything under the sun. Just like what Josh was saying earlier. Everything they always got pointing a finger at you. Oh, yeah, he did it. Brother Cleo did it. Brother Cleo, he wasn't even in that same state. What you blaming him for? Wasn't even nowhere around. This is Joy 31608. I also pray that the pandemic hedge of protection for our people and that our enemies are destroyed by the weapons they get. I say amen that Bill hates. You done created all of these crazy things, and they done created some biological weapons just to specifically take you out, and they done already released them, and they will continue to release them on the earth. But guess what? What they mean for evil, the Father gonna turn around and change it for good. Bill hates whatever you done designed to take our people out, because your daddy was a hateful eugenicist that was with Margaret Sanger and them, that was trying to kill the weeds, the so-called Negroes. Whatever they create, it's gonna go turn around and take them out. But you know what, fam? Here's where LSC comes into play, right? Because what happened the first time, well, one of the first times, because we had many times, but the account in that Moses gave, the Father was giving them people instructions so that they wouldn't see death. I'm going to submit this to you, family. LSC. LSC. The law is not done away with, contrary to what any silly man tells you. Paul wasn't teaching that the law was done away with. We vindicate Paul on this channel. Paul was on point. Paul never once told you that the law was done away with. If you teaching that, you, sir, you, ma'am, are a liar and the truth ain't in you. Fam, you want to get help right now? You better be LSC. The Father gonna open up your understanding because you do keeping his word. He done already told you his word will never come back void, so you keeping his word, and you keeping his word, you keeping Mashiach. I'm gonna stop talking about that. I pray for all Israel to be humble themselves and repent. That's right. Brother Cleo, you need to be humble and repent. Period. Wait a minute, what to say here? I want a shirt with all these prayers to never forget. Hey, you know what? You better put your brother E on that case. Brother E, you see that one right there? I want a shirt with all that's actually not a bad IP right there. Because you know what? That brings those things to remembrance. What we asking him for. Because we asking him and we expecting him to do what he said. We expecting them to say, yeah, just like a father say to you, well, okay, well, if you done cleaning up your room, then yeah, you might get that. Well, if you're done with your chores, yeah, you might get that. Or maybe you get done with your homework. Yeah. Well, maybe if you go back and you cry out, maybe if you read Deuteronomy 30 and start doing that, yeah. That our names be written in the Lamb's Book of Life. I'm gonna say this, and I've said it before. This time right now, and I'm not talking about the Lamb's Book of Life because I believe our names is written in the Lamb's Book of Life. And I'm hoping and praying that everybody on this chat and all Israel name is written in the book. I hope my name is written right after my daddy name because I'm Junior. I'm the second now because he done crossed over into Sheol, right? Abraham's bosom. I want my name to be right under his. That's something right there. But the point I was going to make is I'm going to say this, and this is just my opinion. This is not nothing that come from the book, but I believe that they have records of the people that's walking on this earth at this time right now. I believe that there's records out there that were written aforetime that talks about this time and that talks about each and every one of you specifically. Them people didn't burn no books. No books was burnt ever. I pray that y'all's will be done. That's right. First and foremost, Smitty. First and foremost, Father's will be done. And after your will be done, Father, that we pay attention and we doing your will. And right off the rip, his will is LSC. If you could tell me something else, you could give me another book. You could give me something that will tell me what I need to be doing this day, right now, 2020, and it line up with him, I'm going to go with it. Unapology real. Shalom, Salt Earth fam. I'm so late. We'll have to be. Yeah, you can rewatch. And then if you want to get saved, hit the like button. We're not charging you 10%. We only charge that you hit the like button. I'm just playing. Y'all do know I'm playing when I say you get saved by hit the like button. I'm messing with y'all. I'm just messing with y'all. But I'm a good person. That's what they keep saying. Well, okay, so because y'all could get that precept where he said, I never knew you depart from work of iniquity. That was a good person too. That was a good person. Yeah, he was good. Sure was. This is good. As you mentioned earlier, brother, that y'all has no respect of persons. Y'all still said that he had respect unto Israel. Khan, he loved it. Israel, the apple of his eye. Imagine, fam, look. Look at, fam. You look at what the Father say. And I'll put that other precept up that appreciate the precept. Isaiah 2 and 25. And the Father looked upon the children of Israel, and God had respect unto them. Now, listen to this. The Father said that you was the apple of his eye. So every time you wake up in the morning, you should look at yourself and you should say, the Creator that created the construct that we know as the universe, because it's his, and he created it. He said that we're the apple of his eye. And he said the other nations are as spit. Somewhere say that. He said they had spittle. I do remember reading that somewhere in one of these books. He said the other nations is spittle. So I appreciate that precept, bro. Let's see what we got here. Hebrews 10, 36 and 37. For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of the Father, ye might receive the promise. For yet a little while, he that shall come will come and not tarry. All praise to the Father. And you know what? We're going to stand on his word, and we're going to stand on what he say, knowing that what he said has always come to pass. And that's what we stand on. That's why we stand on the book. Because you've never had nothing that can explain the so-called African Americans condition. You have Hamites right now spitting on Israelites on different channels and through different mirrors. And I will say this, I do not hate what you would consider so-called Hamites or people from Africa, because we spent time in that land. That's where our roots are at. So I'm not hating on them, nobody or anything like that. Trust and believe that. You do have individuals that are really cracking jokes about, oh, they don't have their culture. Oh, they only speak one language. Oh, they haven't taken advantage of. We did a show on that. I believe last KC we did a show on that. So let me see. I'm going through the comments, reading y'all comments. And y'all comments tell me a lot about how astute the family is. You guys are ahead of the curve. Way, way ahead of the curve when it comes to this awakening. And that's a blessing. When I see the interaction, the comments in the chat, the precepts, when I call precepts, the good information that the family brings, it's a blessing to my spirit, because it lets me know that the Father is moving. It lets me know that, guess what? We on the right path. We on the right path with this culture thing. Talk about reclaiming our culture. People calling you a culture vulture. The same ones that stole everything from you, talking about you a culture vulture. You ain't culture vulture nothing. Only thing you did was you opened the book and say, okay, there I am. You know, no culture vulture. You ain't culture. You ain't stole nothing. Only thing you said, hey, you know what? I'm reclaiming what was stolen from me. We done had some heinous acts done happen on the earth. Okay, so you mean to tell me? And I used to say this to my brothers a long time ago. I used to ask the question, and this was before I believe I was even in the truth. I was quite sure I was, but I used to ask the question, hey, you know what? The transatlantics was very, very heinous. You know, that you mean to tell me something so vast that changed the whole history of one group of people and changed the dynamics of the whole earth? That wasn't written of nowhere in the book? Come on. That have to be in the book. Have to be. You have to be able to find transatlantic somewhere. Somewhere that's gotta be there. And that's just in the books, the 66, and even the ones that we read, Enoch, Josephus, Targums, all the other books, War Scrolls. That's just the books that we know about. Imagine the amount of details. And now the thing is, oops, they done found out. Now what we gonna confuse them with? We can't use the civil rights movement. We can't use the boule, because they done found out what the boule is, beholden to the king. What king? You beholden to Mashiach? Oops, did he just talk about sororities and fraternities like that on the open air? Yeah, he did. He just threw the boule under the bus, just like that. Your whole politicians, your whole politicians, they electricians, or is they into politics where they trick you into believing that they for you, but if you're not part of the talented 10, you a sucker. If you ain't part of the talented 10, you a sucker. Point blank. It's how cold the game is. You'll be telling one of the talented 10, thinking that you're going to go to get in business with them, and you giving them your IP. The talented 10, take your IP, go rock out with the white man, and you left holding nothing. The talented 10. Oh boy, that's amazing. That's amazing. So fam, guess what? I didn't get through. I got pages and pages on where we talk about prayer, but like I said, the most important thing for me when we do KC is that it's a conversation and I'm able to converse with you. And when we drop the link, I dropped the link so that you all can join in, whether it be male, whether it be female. And quite frankly, I do enjoy when the females jump in because the sisters have a great perspective. You do. Um, hey, bro, I didn't even see it, Yash. I didn't even see it. I wish I had them because I would have put it up, man. I would have definitely put it up. Yash say he put up the precept on spittle, and it's in the chat. It's in the chat for the whole world to see because the world could go back and look at it, and the world know that the Father's working through Israel. If you want to get truth, you better dial 1-800-Israelite. Talk to you, Israelite, break it down to you, tell you what's going on today. Don't go to Joel Osteen, that lizard, that reptilian. Don't go to Hagee. He don't know what the hell he talking about. Bible answer man don't know nothing about the book. He need to put the Bible down, call himself the Bible no answer man, because you ain't got no answers to nothing. You ain't never had no answers to nothing. William Stiggers, that's probably true for some people. For me, I could every time I see and hear that, my spirit man sinks. It sinks into a, for lack of a better term, a low vibrational state. Um, and it hurts. I didn't know that brother that got gunned down, and I don't know any of our people that got gunned down, but it hurts. It does. It hurts. But I made a pact that, and I said that I wasn't gonna shed no tears until we get to the kingdom. I ain't cry at funerals. Doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt. I miss my mom. My mom crossed over in July 4th, 2019. Miss my mom. Love her and miss her. I can't talk to her. I can't argue with her. I can't argue with her about the book. When I was in my arguing state, now I will argue with you about the book. I just let you be. I'm not going to debate anybody about what the book says because the book says what it says. I'm not going to debate nobody talking about they not lost statutes and commandments. You talking about you're a Christian, but then you not LSC, or you're a paradox. You're a paradigm. No, you're a paradox. Talking about you're a Christian Israelite. We ain't gonna get into all of that nonsense. Not gonna get into it. But fam, I appreciate you all jumping on with me. I'm 15 minutes over, and the old head gotta get ready to get his rest so that he can get up and jump on the good slave ship, work for somebody else. But that too is going to end on my own accord because, again, what we all should be doing, and prayerfully the Father gets us all to the point. When he gets you to that point, you'll know. Like I said, my timing is the timing that the Father gave me. He's going to give all of us timing. But eventually all of us going to be in a place where we're being industrious for the family and we're building for the family, not to take the family off, not to steal from the family, not to steal the family's IPs. And when I say IPs, y'all know by now, when I say IPs, I'm talking about your intellectual property, the intellectual property that the Father's given you and you alone, that he wants you to bring to the earth, or that he wants you to utilize your gifts and talents for the nation. And it's not that your brother is Cleo's anywhere yet. Your brother Cleo is an old head. Y'all know how old I am. I ain't telling y'all how old. Y'all know how old I am. Now, if I'm industrious at this age, surely my family, my young stars are so great. My family, my people is so great. beyond recognition. It's amazing the things that you've been able to do under captivity. Imagine the things that you're going to do when you're not in captivity. And you don't have to worry about the color of your skin, or that you're an Israelite, or that you believe in the book, or that you do an LSC. Because if you truly believe in the book, you're going to be LSC. Because you're going to say, hey, wait a minute. The Father said this. He says he never changes. Mashiach said this, but he was doing the will of the Father, and he was the Word. He was the written, spoken, physical manifestation, spiritual. Mashiach was the whole shot. And Paul didn't contradict Mashiach, nor did he contradict the Father. So where did the confusion come in from? The confusion came in from the heathen and from wicked man trying to fit themselves in, trying to put a square peg into a round hole. Because they hate the Father. Period. So fam, I'm about to sign off. I'm going to give my two brothers on the panel the last words, and then we're going to close out like we normally close out. Brother Elijah Yasha Allah, what say you, bro? Okay, my brother's on coffee break. Brother Yash, what say you, bro?
I want to say shalom to the family. I want to thank everyone for allowing us this time to be together. My prayer today and every day is that the Most High, I pray every day, save our people. And I pray every day, save us. We're in desperate need of the Most High's salvation. But we have a surety that his word is, like he said, the word that goes forth out of his mouth will not come back void, but it will accomplish the thing that it has set, that it was sent to do. He sent out his word, and it accomplished already of us going into captivity and of us being punished. But this day we are seeing that that same word that went out, it also said that we will remember ourselves in the land of our captivity, and that's what we are doing. And he says, and we are going to call to mind the blessings and the curses, and that's what we are doing. He says that he is going to gather us. He is going to place us in our own land. He is going to do better for us than he did for our forefathers. So let's have an assurance in that fact, and don't let anyone bring you down. People, if you see the hashtag let us go, join in. My prayer also, my main prayer is that all of Israel, all of us awaken to the truth. When we see this, when we see these things, let us all join in, and let there be no division amongst us, neither any jealousy, but let us join, because we're telling the world, we're telling Pharaoh, let us go. He sent Moses to tell Pharaoh, he says, let my people go so that they can come and worship me in the wilderness. We need to go. Amen. That's all I got to say.
Nothing to add, subtract, multiply, or divide to that. I appreciate that, Brother Yash. Appreciate you. Love you, bro. And this has been another Salt of the Earth production.
It's like It's like live.
Get saved, folks. Let us go.